Welcome to AI Adaptive. Here we break down AI with tips, tricks, insights, and tutorials, making it easier for you to stay ahead. Our motto is AI Simplified. Learn, adapt, and thrive. Now let's get started.
Welcome back to Adaptive. This is a new episode, which will be a weekly series. It's going to focus on AI tips and tricks. And each week we're going to bring to you some new tips and tricks so that you can get the most out of AI in your daily work or personal life. And this week we're going to start off with Claude. So if you haven't seen Claude before, that's what this is. It's just like ChatGPT. It's Claude 3.7 Sonnet. They have a couple of models. The Haiku model, that's faster, kind of like 4.0. 3.7 Sonnet is more like an 0.1 and 0.3 mini, which are what are called reasoning or thinking models. And the reason I'm going to show it to you today is because they finally have added web search. And what I mean to that by that is when you ask a question, if it doesn't have the information when it was trained, it will go out and look for that information. So if we say, who is the Secretary of State today, like this, previously it would come back and say my cutoff like this, right? Based is October 2024. So this is what we were getting, okay? And then it knows that Donald Trump became the president. All right, so now that we have that, we can specify web search here. And that's where it can say, search for who is the secretary. Sorry. So now it can go out and find that for us. And so there we go. So we have who is the Secretary of State. And you'll see up here that it went out and did a search for that. So what I want to say about that is Claude now is a great option. It really is a great model. It's free, that you can use it. You can pay for and subscribe to it as well. A lot of people like the way that Claude writes better than any of the OpenAI models. It has a little bit more of a human feel to it. And I'd highly encourage you to go out and try it. It's Claude.ai, Claude.ai. So it now has, like I said, the ability to go out and get current information. If we go over here to ChatGPT, we could say, who is the Secretary of State, right? And it searches the web too and gives us back the same answer. So as you can see, that is just one tip, is that you can also now use Claude to do the same thing. Some of you may not feel like that is something that you're going to use. So let's jump into now a very powerful new feature that was added to ChatGPT like yesterday. Okay. And that is, if we look here, create an image. Previously, you need to go to DALL-E to do that, which is their image model. They've now moved that into 4.0. And so one of the things that Sam Altman, who's the CEO of OpenAI, has talked about is the mess that they have. If you come over here, all these models, then they have Sora, which is their video generation platform, and they had DALL-E over here. And you just don't know what to use when, unless you really are pretty much in doing this all the time. And so it's very confusing. So what they've talked about is a hybrid model now they're going to incorporate everything directly in, and it can choose to do whatever you ask it to do. And this is one of those first steps that we're seeing here with create image. So I can literally say create an image of a dog on a beach chasing a ball thrown by its owner. Now, I'm not going to sit here. One thing I want to tell you is, we'll come back to this. The image generation is really slow. It takes a long time, but it's a very accurate model. So you kind of have that trade-off if you're someone who uses Midjourney or any of the other platforms out there that generate images, they'll generate it faster typically. But this new OpenAI model is extremely accurate. And one of the things it's really accurate about is text. So I'm going to jump over. I'll come back to this in a minute. I want to show you a real quick example. I said create an image of a diamond ring. Well, yes, I misspelled that. I got it. But in a box that has been opened. The name of the box on the box is West Jewelers. Shout out to them. They're local here in the Melbourne area. The box is on a wood table, dark rich, blah, 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 blah. And this is the image it generated. I mean, if we look at this, that's fantastic. The realism. So you can really do some product development here if you have a product, but advertising and all these type of things. Now, here's the cool part is we can come down here and say, keep the box and diamond and add to the box text that says, love lasts forever beneath Weshy Jewelers. And guess what? It did it. Look at how good that is. This is something that we have not seen out of other image models yet, which is able to be very accurate with text. It's been something that's been very difficult for them. They may generate nice images, but their text in the image is often misspelled or it doesn't follow anything that you say. And not only that, to follow up afterwards and make a change, it really had a problem with that. This model is really good at text and it's really good at editing. And so you can iterate on it and make changes. So that's just one example. Let's come back over and see. Yep. So there's our example of the dog on the beach and an owner had thrown the ball. Really great quality. Really, really good quality. Anyway, let's continue on with the rest of our examples here. So this one's a good one. Cocoa Beach, create a promotional picture for Cocoa Beach, Florida, of a woman sunbathing in a lounger on the beach, blah, 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 blah. It's a nice day. The water is this and the crisp, clean sand, and she has sunglasses and a bikini. If we look, Cocoa Beach, Florida, here she is. And look at that. The beach, lounger, in the sun, sunbathing, pretty much everything spot on. And if we look at this, provide a horizontal image, it wouldn't create it because this one was more vertical. I need a horizontal, something you would potentially want if you're doing this for your marketing or advertising or promotionals of any sort. And then I said, update the text to show Cocoa Beach, Florida, where worry washes away. And voila, it did that. It did a great job. And so you can sit here and iterate on these images over and over. Just another example of something more fun. I said, make myself into a cartoon character. Did an okay job. And I said, make it as if I'm surprised. It did that. I said, not so surprised. And that one's a little more, looks sad to me than not just surprised. And then a happy face. So, you can really play around with this. I know there's some memes out there using different styles of cartoons and stuff like that. You could do historical if you want to do that. There's all kinds of different ways to be able to put that together. So that's the new image generation. It's right part of ChatGPT 4.0. You can be free and you can use this. Again, it takes a while to render, but it really is accurate and you can sit and iterate and edit on it. I highly recommend that you take and give it a shot. Just keep iterating on it. Start over if it doesn't get it right, and you'll be able to, I think, zone in on something that will work for you. So it's a really powerful tool for most businesses out there to be able to start to utilize. On the next example that I want to give, this one is something that you get if you become a pro subscriber. So you have to be a subscriber. And that's called deep research. You'll get this. And so what deep research is, it's literally, as the name implies, it's going to go out and research across the web and look for sources and put a paper together or a research. I want to say paper. That's a little, you think research papers are like science, but this can be used for business. I use it all the time. And it's great for doing market research, product research, all kinds of different things as far as that goes. You could even use it on your own company and kind of do research, see what, what's out there and what it says about it, and look for sources and see what's out there, or your own products. If you're looking at even a car, you could use it to research a car and find out a ton of information about it. So one of the first things I highly recommend if you use deep research is write a relatively in-depth prompt about what you want and what you're looking to get back, and then put that in on one of the reasoning models. Again, those are the O1 and O3 mini. I think you get O3 mini on free. I can't remember. I'm on a pro account, so I even get the O1 Pro mode. But I think the O3 mini comes with the free, or anyway, use either O1 or O3, and then say optimize this prompt for a reasoning model. And the reason you want to do that is if you take a look what it did to my prompt here, this is what it turned it into. And it did a great job of breaking it down in depth. And that's going to get you the best results. And I highly recommend that for a lot of different prompts that have anything that you want that's detailed. Always ask ChatGPT to give you a prompt to prompt it, because it's going to do a really good job, and there'll be things you didn't think of. So I took this prompt, and it's not going to look as good. It doesn't keep the formatting. And I took that and I pasted that into, well, I did it two ways. Or sorry, I did it in here. I did that into here, and this is what it looks like unformatted, but it's still the same thing. So that's what it looks like. And so it then asked me questions back, which it's really good at making sure it has all the information. Do you want to focus on a specific industry? I said all. Are you interested in global? I said US. What is the time horizon? 25 to 27. Should I prioritize technical depth, business strategy, or investor-focused insights? I said business strategy. So you can see it's different from what you're getting a lot of time. I mean, when you're querying ChatGPT 4.0, for instance. Says it's great, I'll put together. So it went out and did a whole market research for us. And if you look, this is an extremely in-depth with annotated areas where these go to the sources that it found out there. And it's going to give you a lot of information, like right here. It says AI agent startups surged in 2024 with estimated ranging from 3.8 billion to nearly triple that of 8.4 in 2024. And I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but it's going to go through and give you a ton of detailed information with the sources of where it found it. And you can see how this would be incredibly useful for yourself or in your business, for researching products or services, for looking at expanding into markets, for market research, even for business planning out there, technology planning. It can give you a lot of technology plans as well as what's going on out there. Competitors analysis is another great example of it. It just has all kinds of very detailed information as we go through, and you can read this and you're going to come up to speed and learn a lot on many different things, like insights on agents. 1/4 of enterprises using AI will have pilot programs for AI agents. That figure will rise to half of enterprises by 2027. So we're looking, at different agents that we would want to build and introduce into the market. This gives us a great idea of the growth of it, where, and then they're going to go and break it down and talk about where they're seeing growth. 85% of customer service reps at AI augmented organizations say that tech saves time by handling basic queries. So there's a great justification there that you could pull out and use in your materials. It just does a phenomenal job of providing a lot of depth behind something that you're looking at. So here's efficiency, and as you'll see, this is going to go and on and on. And to write this paper or to research it and write it, how much time that would take, and it took it about 15 to 20 minutes. and put it all together. And it's going to have all your sources. So if I look here, here's all my sources right here at a glance. And there's 28 sources that it looked at many more, but it chose those 28 out of all of them to be able to be included in this, or annotated and included, I should say. So an incredibly powerful tool that you will have to pay up to go to Plus to get. You get 20 deep research queries, so you can create prompts per month on the Plus plan, which is $20 a month. And if you pay the 200, you get an unlimited number. That's the Pro plan. So many don't need Pro, but you can, 20 deep research is quite a bit. If you find yourself using it that much and you're saving that much time, then it's probably worth a Pro plan at that point. So I want to pass that along. I really use this a lot. There's a lot of different use cases that I see for this. I'm sure you'll come up with some others. So I hope you enjoyed this first AI tips and tricks episode, and we'll be back with one next week. Highlight some new tips and tricks out there as they come along. So again, hope you join us next time. Look forward to seeing you again. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future updates. Stay ahead with AI Adaptive, where our motto is AI Simplified. Learn, adapt, and thrive. See you next time.